This is the Taurus horoscope prediction for today. You are Taurus, if you were born between April 20 and May 20. Remember that this is a prediction in love, singles, work and money for all those born under this sign, and that it does not take into account personal variables. If now, Taurus friend, you are going through a bad time, do not worry, because you already know that after the storm there is always calm, and yours is about to arrive. If in the past you have not been valued enough, or given the attention you deserved, it is not your fault that the relationship ended. Keep in mind that it is not you who have lost, but the one who did not know how to value you at the time. If today or these days you hear rumors or you have contact with someone who is part of your past, it is best that you turn a deaf ear and continue with your life without further ado. Taurus woman horoscope Taurus friend, you do not have to feel guilty at all for anything that happened in your previous relationships. If the person who was next to you did not give you your seat, she did not dedicate enough time to you, or attend you as you deserve, it is not your fault that the relationship failed. Realize that at the end of the day it is not you who have lost, but he who did not know how to value you when he was by your side. It is likely that these days someone who belongs to your past will try to approach you again. I advise you not to pay attention to him and to continue with your routine, because the man of your life is about to arrive. Taurus man horoscope Taurus are generally very generous people who go out of their way to please others. Perhaps it is because of this characteristic that you then go through stages of disappointment like the one you are currently experiencing. You should not give in so much or turn so much towards others, because then people do not reciprocate you as you deserve. If you are getting to know someone, do not get carried away excessively, be careful and go step by step. Because you are too aware of her, you are not going to get that person to decide to be with you. On the contrary, you can get the opposite effect. If you have a partner, time passes and this March is a challenge for love. The greatest relationships are affected by its passage. And few survive it. You are right to worry about this matter. But you shouldn't get obsessed with it. You and your partner are imaginative people who can and will find ceremonies and details to keep love forever young. If you don't have a partner, who is the person who can give you the best love advice? There is no possible discussion about it. Yourself. Don't go to another source, don't trust other words. You know what you need and what your limitations are as a lover. It's just that you refuse to stand in front of the mirror and face these truths. Today's session should focus on the obligations that each one must carry out. Too much relaxation is just as bad as too much rigor. Doing more what needs to be done or not meeting commitments is just as bad. You have to properly define the profiles of each position in your team. You have to get out of your head the idea that you have a function and a job, and that outside of them, you are worthless as a person. There is much more to us than what we produce. Don't be afraid to get out of that functional vision. Accept your value as a person who loves, as a person who believes, as a person who lives. Today you need to let your partner be a little freer. He tends to adopt a censorious attitude regarding what he does and what he says. And that makes him feel imprisoned, without alternatives for personal development. Perhaps he exaggerates, but it is up to you to give him the freedom he demands. Be less repressive. This is a good day to repeat those situations in which you failed, and succeed this time. You must forge yourself as a worker, and as a productive entity, and this is the way to do it. Show that you have learned from your mistakes, and do not avoid these problems that in other situations were your defeat. You can't change the world and people, but you can change yourself. Do not let yourself be overwhelmed by those who are reluctant to accompany you on your path of development. If your friends, your family or your partner do not share your need for growth, do it alone. With your example they will understand the importance of what you do. Some restaurants have a message printed on their menus. If something isn't right, let us know. If you've enjoyed your meal, spread the word. The second part of this statement makes sense. Trading will improve if your reputation spreads. But why would anyone ask to be criticized? Who does it? Criticism is not exactly easy to accept. However, we can all learn a lot if we are kindly informed of the areas in which we could improve. If you are open to constructive criticism, this week you will save a lot of time and make spectacular progress. Tip of the day: follow the footprints that those greater than you have left. That way you can reach the tops they conquered. Lucky numbers for today: 7, 9, 15, 21, 33, 42. Tips for tomorrow: all the signs of the horoscope are divided into 3 decans according to the date of birth, and this is the specific prediction of today's horoscope for each of them. First decan: April 21st to 30th, only your decisions are the cause of your ills, and if you change, so will your problems. Second decan, May 1st to 10th, the horoscope for your sign is clear and tells us that changes in attitude are necessary. Third decan, May 11 to 20, Taurus today can begin to see the changes they need and are looking for, but for this, you have to do your part.